Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the hands-off protesting that happened on the 5th of April this month. So this one is kind of interesting because this protest didn't bring any heavy police and no one was detained. It is interesting in the sense that just because 92% of black folks didn't show up, there was peace. It was a peaceful protesting. Quite interesting, right? Because we all know what could have happened if like the majority of that protest were people like people who look like me. So I've gathered clips from TikTok of my sisters, my fellow black people, black Americans. They've made videos on this topic to say we understand what could have happened if black folks would have gone out to protest. Like the majority of black folks would have gone out to protest. We all know what could have happened. Yeah, so this has proven what black people have been saying for so long, and of course it's also proof to some white folks who are beginning to learn and understand what black people have always been telling them. I'm insisting that you watch the 6th clip about the sister who really got emotional just thinking about it, talking about this. In simple terms, she said America really hates us, like hating black people. Watch these clips and I'll be right back at the end of this video.
So I'm sure by now everyone has come across the April 5th protests and just seeing how people are gathering in large amounts. I think they said like Florida, thousands of people came out. Multiple states throughout the area have all these people marching, as you can see. But one thing I want to make very clear, while we're at home resting, I don't see one police officer, and the whole vibe is like a little social gathering. Okay, it's like a little we're mad, yay, unrest, and there's no police presence whatsoever. And these things are getting massive. They're fucking massive. And I want to make it very clear that this is being allowed with zero recourse. I'm willing to bet everything in what's left of my 401k at this point that if we were out there, and by we I mean there would be so much discourse with the police, with us, with people, and those good old boys would have been marching against us. I'm telling you, there is a whole other side of that protest that is waiting on black people, and it's not just the police. It's those people who are diehard Trump fans and diehard racists. I kid you not. But what's so interesting to see is how no one gives a shit. Like no news for real. Like they're saying something, but they're not out there interviewing people for real. And it's like, damn, y'all really are waiting on black people. Like y'all need us to help you, but we fucking can't. Because if we do, that's when those good old boys are gonna be called and all that shit's gonna be shut down. So y'all doing good. Go there.
And that's the point. I keep watching all these videos from the protests and it's blowing my mind how I haven't seen one single police car. I haven't seen one single police officer in any of these videos or photos. And you might be thinking, well, it's a peaceful protest. Why would police be there? Why do police need to be there? And that's the point. Could you even imagine if there was this many black people in one space? Not even for a protest. It could be for anything. They would be calling the National Guard to break it up. As someone myself who's protested, I've seen people get arrested just for sitting down and taking up space. It's just truly boggling my mind, the privilege even when it comes to protesting, which is something I knew, but to see the reality of it is so crazy. Then you got old girl over here talking about, I wish they would have had a bouncy house for the kids because my kid is distracted. Like, baby girl, this is not IKEA. But the next time you see a black person say that they don't want to go out and protest because they don't want martial law to be called, I just want you to think of this protest, which is probably one of the biggest protests in history compared to Black Lives Matter, and the treatment that people got in retaliation because they were protesting for Black Lives Matter. I keep watching all these videos from the
Black people understood the assignment. Y'all didn't show up to any of those protests that happened throughout the country yesterday. You didn't see police dressed in riot gear. You know why? Because we weren't there. We understood the assignment. We stood down. We stayed home. We watched from the sideline. We rooted for you guys, but we rooted from the sidelines. We saw you on the social media platforms. We saw you on the news channels. But we did not engage. Because had we engaged, there would have been police in riot gear. There would have been something declared, and it's called martial law. The black community understood the assignment. It's not our fight. We didn't create this mess. It's not ours to fix. Good job, black community. Keep it up.
I just wanted to say, great job to all the protesters that came out today. But I wanted to make a huge valid point. The police can allow you to protest peacefully. So the police cannot use rubber bullets and tear gas against you. So all those tear gas, rubber bullets, unaliving, water hoses were all unnecessary for prior protests that had happened for decades upon decades upon decades. They did not need water hoses. They did not need rubber bullets. They did not require the use of tear gas. You are able to go out and protest and not get hurt and not get unalived. So from here on out, America, we can protest and expect the police to not harm anyone. Ever and ever and ever and never and ever again.
If no one said it yet, I will. Some of these protests got labeled peaceful simply because black people wasn't there. No riot gear, no helicopters, no media coverage calling it dangerous, no fear in the air. Because the reality is, it's never about how people protest. It's been about who's protesting. Whether it's white folks holding signs, blocking roads, demanding change, it's freedom of speech. But when we do it, when black women show up, we're standing still, asking to be heard. It becomes a problem. The volume is the same, but the reaction is different because this country doesn't fear the noise, it fears the truth. And the truth coming out of a black mouth, that shakes people. And if you've been feeling tired, like your nervous system is holding more than your body was made or built for, that's not weakness, that's wisdom. That is your soul saying, I can't keep pretending everything is fine when the world keeps showing me it isn't. That's the point where a lot of us start whispering, I need out, I need a shift, and maybe I need to leave. And that's why I offer clarity calls. It's not coaching, it's strategy, but space. A place to tell the truth that your group chat or your timeline doesn't always hold. A place to breathe, plan, and remember that you're not crazy for feeling all of this. So you've been feeling like the ground is shifting and the usual just push through it. Advice isn't working anymore. I got space for you. Book the call when you're ready. No pressure, just clarity.
I just saw a video of a white woman standing in the middle of the road here in Dallas during the protest because the police blocked off the road for them because the crowd was so big. I know, but that one kind of felt like a slap in the face, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not wishing anything on anybody, but in 2020 when we were protesting, I went to a protest where you literally could not set foot on the road without being arrested. As soon as you put your foot on the gravel, they jumped on you, arrested you, and put you in a truck they had sitting there with all the people that were arrested. And no, sanction, like having sanction, sanctions were not an issue. Again, we know it's just, damn, to see is so, I did not expect this. I did not expect to be so angry about this. They really hate us. God damn. To go so far as to protect, I think that's a good thing. It's just something exclusively experienced by white people. So, I'm gonna have to go process this. But yeah, that one stung.
What's going on, TikTok? I'm just waking up and eating my breakfast. Been watching some lives. Been watching some protests. They out there just protesting. We doing what we doing. I'm watching TV and eating my Jack in the Box. But what disturbed me is that I didn't see one cop. If anything, they making sure nothing happened to them. They blocked off the street, you know. But they're not doing nothing to them. Well, I'm from St. Louis, so I was in the Mike Brown protest. We couldn't even stand on the corner. Tear gas, military riot gear. But today, nothing.
Has anybody else noticed that there's not a lot of police presence at these protests that's been going on lately? And what I mean by that is there's been a lot of protests going on, like a lot. There's been veterans protests, there's been marches, there's been all kinds of protests going on. And I haven't seen a lot of police presence, you know, like in this picture when BLM was going on, even though it was a peaceful protest outside of the Capitol, they had that thing surrounded. I wonder if this has anything to do with the fact that there's one demographic of people that have decided they will not be participating in any of these protests. Like, does that have anything to do with it? It's okay, because we're going to find out really soon. I've heard that there's going to be a mass protest on like April 5th or April 2nd, something like that. I heard there's going to be a mass protest, and we're going to be able to see, because one demographic has decided that they will not be participating in any of these protests. We will not be giving y'all a reason to do anything. So we're going to see on whatever is April 5th, April 2nd, when they do the protest and one demographic is not there. I want to see what the police presence looks like, because they know it's coming. It's been all everywhere talking about it, so they know it's coming. I want to see what the presence is going to look like, because I wonder if it's just because one demographic is not there.
I have a question, a serious question too. Now that the protest is over, how many people went to jail? This is a serious question, because had it been us protesting, they'd have had bus on top of bus on top of bus. But I have heard nothing, literally zero, about people going to jail. And I wonder why. So my question to y'all, because maybe I'm just not seeing it, how many went to jail yesterday? That's my question. And it better be, the numbers better be rising. Okay? All right. Now, y'all have a wonderful day, because I don't think these numbers is going to be mapping. We'll see, though.
Okay, so after watching this video, I can say it has made me emotional. I mean, it's one thing to know that a certain type of people, like, you know, this type of people, like, you have an idea, especially those people who are in higher offices. It's one thing to know that they don't like you, okay, but it's another when you find out, like, what you've been feeling about that is what it is. I know I'm not saying that it's something that you guys, you Black Americans, maybe doubted. I know it's a fact, yeah, because of history, because of what you guys have gone through the years. But I can say the protests that happened on the hands-off protest that happened on the 5th of this month confirmed it all. So this was never about who's marching. This was never about protests. This was about the type of people who are protesting. Yeah, it was about the people, the type of people, the race that is protesting, specifically people who look like me, mixed people, Black people, people of color, you know, the minorities. It was about that. It's like America favors a certain type of group than the other. I can say it might be fear, you know, it might be fear. I think white people are afraid of Black people. They are afraid that Black people are stronger when they are together. They are afraid that they might, which will eventually happen, they will take over, you know, very soon. It's there in history. People predicted that people like this will soon become a minority. So I'm sure it might be fear. Yeah, so you guys, let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below, because I may say this was quite emotional. Just watching this video made me, you know, tear. Yeah, it's something that one cannot comprehend. Like I said, it's one thing to know that a certain type of people, a group of people, especially the people in the higher offices, don't like you, but slapping it in your face. I mean, they could have easily deployed police officers. You know, they could have easily gone there with rubber bullets and do what they do. When it's people who look like me are doing the marching, are doing the protesting. But it was quite a successful, peaceful protesting, as everyone is putting it. It was a successful protesting because Black people were not there. Black people were not there to I mean, it's not really noise, it's noise of freedom, I can say. Black people were not there to make the noise of freedom. So it was a successful protest because they are not intimidated by their own people, you know. It's like Black folks intimidate, you know, in the high places. Yeah, so this is quite emotional. Anyway, I don't blame the sister in the 6th video. I hope you've watched. I have not watched. I can just go back in the videos. It's clip number 6 with short hair, the sister in short hair. Yeah, so go back and watch our video again. Yeah, so I don't think the US needed even those the protests in the years back. I'm gonna do a video about that one. I don't think they needed the bullets. I don't think they needed the horses. Yeah, I don't think they needed helicopters flying all over around protesters. I don't think they needed that. This protest that happened, the successful, the hands-off protest, just proved everything that Black people have been saying. You know, I've been following Black American history. I'm still learning though, but so far I think I've learned so much, enough to know that yeah, Black Americans are not liked at all. You know, sometimes it surprises me, especially when I come across videos whereby, you know, a Black American is stopped in a store, you know, to be searched just for being Black in a store. That is the highest amount of disrespect. I mean, I only came to know about such things, like such things do exist, through TikTok. I'm sure this is the reason why they want to, why did I say that? This is the reason why they want to ban this app, because I think the world is learning so much about how unfair the unfairness black people face in their daily lives just by being black in the US. I mean, you can't convince me otherwise after watching yesterday's protest. I expected at least to see, you know, those police cars with sirens and all that, but there was nothing like that. I mean, the whole world was watching. We were watching from Africa. We watched that. I mean, I watched that because I've been following this like this, okay? And I must say, it's quite emotional, but it's not a surprise, okay? I'm glad that this is not a surprise for black people. You know, they were expecting this. They knew this is the reason, one of the reasons why they decided to sit this one, you know, stay home and allow the white folks, the same people who had put everything where it is right now, to go out and protest. Yeah, so it's gonna be a long journey. Yeah, it's gonna be a long journey. But I only have one question after the protest that happened yesterday. Yeah, I know a lot of people came out, you know, like a lot of white folks came out, but I don't think there was enough action. Yeah, there were numbers, like people, a lot of people came out, but I think the protest lacked actions. Yeah, I think that's the role black people play. Unfortunately, what do you want? You fly. Unfortunately, black people were not there. They couldn't do that. So it wasn't as successful as everyone is putting it, okay? Yeah, and which brings me to this question. So now, after this protest, what is next? What is going to happen next after the protest? I mean, we are supposed to be expecting results, right? So what is going to be next after this? You guys, please let me know what you think about this entire video in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Please stay peaceful.